Nitha Ramachandra from the NR Hour Sports Show, back with another episode, joined by one of our co-hosts, Kia Lyons, and joined by my good friend Matt from World Baseball Network. Go check him out. He does a great job covering international baseball all over the world, and man, he, like I said, he does a great job. And today we are joined by a really special guest. He's the man of the hour. His name is Eric Filia. He played for the Team USA Olympic baseball team 2020 Olympics games in Tokyo. And man, what a great experience that was for him. And obviously he got some time in the major league with the Mariners, and now he's currently in Dominican Republic playing there, and and also MLB free agent. So hopefully he gets another chance to play in the majors. But Eric, man, thank you for joining the show, and it's truly an honor. And before we get going, I just want to pay my respects to Pele, the soccer player who passed away yesterday at the age of 82. What a legend he was. But so I just want to pay respects to him. But Eric, how are you and your family doing today?
Great, they're in Vegas. Pretty cold there right now. Yeah, but yeah, I went home for Christmas. I'm in the Dominican Republic right now, but yeah, it was good to see the kids, good to see the family. It's good refresh. I've been out here for a couple months, and that relationship on a phone isn't the same as in person. So it was really good seeing them.
Yeah. So
That's so nice.
Matt, you want to start off, or?
Yeah, like how has it been just accustomed to what from last year you played with the Tacoma Rainers? What was it just like kicking with certain strings of playing with the Olympics, going to Tokyo, and prior playing in West Palm Beach, Florida? What was it like just jumping from being out west with Tacoma and also being just wearing USA across your chest from last year?
Yeah, I'm pretty fortunate, pretty humbled to, have that experience playing with USA across my chest. But, yeah, going from West Coast to East Coast, I mean, with baseball, you travel everywhere, So, location, it's kind of a big deal, but not that big of a deal. But yeah, playing in Tokyo was incredible. West Palm Beach, playing against the international Venezuela, Nicaragua, it was incredible. You get to build relationships, you get to see, different things. So, yeah, it was pretty humbling experience.
And Eric, thank you so much. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, cool. Just a thing. Sorry about jumping to you, Kia. But what was this like playing with team veterans? You had Edwin Jackson on your team.
Yeah.
And like, what was it like just hearing just different stories from either them playing overseas or just journeyman across the major league circuit?
Yeah, in Tokyo, Edwin Jackson was one of my roommates, so it was really cool seeing him. And, at the end of the day, we're all people, we're all humans. So it was really cool to really sit down, understand like who they are as people. And, you would never think this guy's got 19 years, in the big leagues, wow. Playing with, Todd Frazier, playing with my other roommate, Nick Martinez, who's doing a great job, for the Padres. He played overseas in Japan for 3 years and then comes over here and does well in the big leagues, so it's pretty incredible to see all these guys have success, at the top level. And just saying that I was able to play with them and share, human experiences, it's pretty fun.
Nice. Eric, thank you so much for spending time with us today in the holidays. We appreciate it. Glad you got home with the family.
Thank you.
I usually like to start, with your inspiration, baseball inspiration in the past, but like Olympics, like walk us through it. How amazing. I mean, a World Series is amazing, but like Olympics, like walk us through the process, getting there, the feeling, walking in the beginning games. What was it like?
Yeah. Growing up, I've tried playing for the USA team, 12 and under, 16 to 18, and I never made it. Some things just didn't happen. But, pro ball, when I got the call saying, hey, you've been selected to come play, it was it was incredible. You know, I couldn't pass it up. So when the time came and I was looking at the roster, I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, these are incredible athletes, you know,
Yeah.
and playing in West Palm Beach, building a relationship with a bunch of those guys over there. I'm actually wearing John Jay's hat.
Nice.
Nice.
Let's go.
Yeah. So shout out to him and his
Yeah.
company. But you know, just going over there and building those relationships with Matt Kemp, you know, it was, you know, I had to pinch myself one game. You know, I'm hitting behind Todd Frazier, and I'm hitting in front of Matt Kemp. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, like I'd never thought I would be in this situation, you know. So that was a humbling experience again. And then, you know, going to Tokyo, winning, you know, the qualifier, beating Venezuela to go. Venezuela was an incredible team. And then, you know, us just clicking at the right time, winning every game. It was incredible. But yeah, Tokyo, oh, what an experience. What was insane was the fact that, you know, we're there for baseball. You know, it's a new sport, but just showing up and understanding who's around you. You know, I took pictures with Allison Felix. You know, many people didn't know who she was, you know, and I'm like, oh my God, she's like the queen, you know. So I had to, you know, take some pictures with her and a few of these other athletes. And what was really cool was the opening ceremonies. You know, Eddie Alvarez was one of the flag bearers. So Todd Frazier and I, we linked arms and we walked all the way up to the front and held our position. A few other guys did too. So it was kind of funny, you know, opening ceremonies, boom, you know, we're right there, right in front. So, you know, just looking around, being surrounded by the best of the best in what they do. You know, I've played baseball my whole entire life. These other, you know, superhuman athletes have been training their whole entire life to be where they are. And, you know, it was incredible to just watch, you know, just to step back and really understand, like, holy smokes, like this is art in motion. Like going to the gym, seeing, you know, weightlifters, you know, track and field athletes training. You're like, oh my gosh, you know, this is insane to see.
That is,
you know, it was really, really awesome to be there.
Wow, what a collective. That's incredible.
What was it like, though, just seeing the torch being lit up by like Sar Hara-Oh and Matsue? Like that must have been chills.
Yeah, I'm actually getting chills thinking about it right now. You know, it's just, you know, growing up, it's something that you see on TV and you're like, oh my gosh, you know, you want to be there. You hear the national anthem, blah, blah, blah. You know, you just feel it. And being there, I mean, it was something different. You know, I to be honest, I probably shed a tear, you know, but it was incredible experience. You know, the people that I shared with couldn't have asked for a better team. You know, it was awesome. And you know what's kind of funny is Mike Scioscia. You know, I was a huge Angels fan growing up, huge, because I'm from Huntington Beach. You know, I had birthdays there. You know, at Angel Stadium. I actually, you know, during pony baseball growing up, you get to go on the field and hit grounders or whatever before the game, right field. I don't know if they still do that, but they did when I was younger. And, you know, I was 9 years old, taking ground balls at Angel Stadium. But seeing the World Series in 2002 and then Mike Scioscia having coaching me, I mean, it was like, holy smokes, you know, baseball is incredible. It can take you places. It can, you know, help you build relationships with some people that, you know, you look up to. So, yeah, it was cool. It was a good time.
Mike Scioscia.
Congratulations. I mean, like, never too late for that. That's like amazing.
Right.
Mike Scioscia is the GOAT for sure. And shout out to Todd Frazier, Jersey represent. He's I'm from Jersey too, and he's from Toms River. So Todd, big shout out to Todd Frazier. But I gotta ask you about your versatility, because not only you play right field, you play left field, first base, you're all over the place. Like Ben Zobrist or Oswaldo Cabrera from the Yankees, and I compared you to Alex Verdugo before the show from the Red Sox. But what's it like for you to be? It's really important to be versatile in the game of baseball, and teams like that, like players like that now. So what's it like? What's that been like for you, just to show teams that you're versatile and you can do multiple things?
Yeah, you're always trying to learn and adapt in this baseball game. And so, I love playing first base. I love taking ground balls. I love getting work done at first base, even though I've always been an outfielder my whole entire life. I went from center field in high school to right field in college to right field, left field, first base in pro ball. So, you're always trying to adapt to this game.
Yeah.
But playing first base, playing the infield, it's different. It's really different. You're always on your toes.
Yeah.
It's a hard.
Yeah.
That's the action spot.
Yeah.
So it's good. And then when people are on first base, I like to talk. So I get to talk to these guys at first base, whoever's on, so it's a good time. You get to know them. So yeah, it's fun. You get to know the umpires, get to know the first base coach, trying to be personable. So, being versatile in this game, will always help me, especially being a left-handed bat, trying to get on base, that's my job. So yeah, if they could put me in the outfield, put me at first, I'd be ready. So yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah. Speaking of, do you trash talk, or it's all a joke when you're
No, I don't. I don't work my mouth.
Hey, there's a reason why he's in the Olympics, Chip.
Yeah.
He's an Olympian. Yeah.
Olympian.
Yeah.
Champ.
Yeah.
Silver medalist. Yeah. So
Was,
what was it like playing with just upcoming rookies? I mean, you guys had 16 players make the 40-man from Team USA. I mean, it's amazing to think guys like Nick Allen that were on the team, Tristan Cassis. I mean, they're all studs, but I feel like the casual baseball fan doesn't know how good these players are unless they really dig into minor league baseball. What's it been like just staying in communication with those guys through their major league circuit?
Yeah, what's funny is those two guys you just named, we were roommates. Tristan Casas was my actual roommate, and then Nick Allen, we were in Jordan Westbrook. We were all suite mates. But it's funny because, yeah, you say that like the normal fan, just focuses on the top of the top, and they don't really understand minor league baseball, like you said. And just seeing these guys play at the top level with the best of the best, I mean, it's incredible where this game has come. I mean, they're so young and they're so good at what they do, and not just hitting wise, but on defense. I mean, I believe Nick Allen might have won the Gold Glove. He's
in AAA.
Yeah, he's so smooth at what he does, and it's a craft, and then Tristan Casas also, you name him. Yeah, he's one of the best left-handed power hitters without a doubt, but what he does at first base, many people don't see. It's behind the scenes of, the hard work that they put in at first base because, well, especially him. I mean, it's insane what he does over there. So it's really cool to see these young players in pro ball, especially in pro ball, understanding, you got to take care of yourself as an adult, but also come to work every day and work hard and not just go on talent,
So like Joe Ryan too. I mean, he's been phenomenal since major league, health outlook of a player.
Yeah, Simeon Woods Richardson. I think he was one of the youngest guys on our team, and he got traded during the Olympics.
Wow.
It was him. Yeah.
There's Shane Beck called up too. I think it was like the week after you guys flew back,
and Daniel Roberts or David. Sorry,
David.
Yeah, David. like, and look at what he's doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, his career is basketball, so he's still a basketball career.
Yeah, I mean, especially these young guys who have come up in the minor leagues and just got to play for Team USA. I mean, they have when they were young too, so they've had that experience. And I really hope these fans, follow their up and coming. Especially in their favorite teams. It's a pleasure, or it's insane to watch, especially where this game has come. It's just getting younger and younger and younger, and the talent out there is incredible.
Absolutely.
That's fun to watch.
I had the pleasure of watching the Reading Phillies all come up and take it all the way to the World Series and win it all. So I loved every one of them. My whole family love it. I'm also a Yankees fan, but for the Reading Phillies, like, to go there. Now I've got to go back. I gotta see who's coming up. You're inspiring me. You've come so far. Tell us about what can you share with the youth, or what advice would you give, or what part of your story would you share about coming so far and just having that consistent drive, like your whole life playing, and where you are now? I mean, you're across the country.
Yeah.
You're in Dominican right now.
Yeah. I've been very fortunate, in my career to be where I am. And, one thing that I would probably say to younger people is, enjoy every moment and learn as much as you can on the way. Have an open mind. It's incredible what baseball can teach you. And then, the relationships that you can build with these people, it's insane. You never know where life can take you. And so it's been I've been privileged, of the fact that baseball has taken me to Tokyo, Dominican Republic. I was just looking at my passport the other day and I'm like, holy smokes.
You're all over. Yeah.
Just from baseball, so it's humbling, and then I want to transfer that to my kids, and whatever they want to do, if it's baseball or, art, I don't care, as long as they're happy, and that's the thing with baseball with me, is this has always been, fun for me, and it still is. I love coming to the field. I love seeing, men your age or younger or older, working hard. It's fun to be around, and it kind of pushes you as a person. It brings out the best of you. You see other people work hard and compete at the top level. I mean, it's something so special that not many people understand, and I believe that it brings something out of you that is something special. So I've been, my experience with baseball, where it's taken me, I'm very humbled in the fact that I've had such a great career.
Yes,
that's amazing. We had Nathan and I had a Red Sox Hall of Fame coach, Tony Vlovic, on here, and he is putting together a day of inclusion for the Special Olympics for the disabled young guys who just want to be a part of a team. So we would love to have you on a Zoom. I work with him on it, and have you talk to the kids and inspire them. They would just love to hear everything you just said. Would just make their day. Just to to hear that from a player is special. We're working on get a day of inclusion in the Major League Baseball, but they would love that.
Yeah. So can you talk about your draft experience? Obviously, being from California, but you got drafted by the Seattle Mariners, and what was it like from that, getting drafted and playing against your favorite team, the Angels?
Yeah.
The minors.
That's good, Nathan.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So funny. It was my dad and I remember actually my dad was just listening, and I actually fell asleep, and my dad heard my name, on the computer or whatever, and started screaming and woke me up, and he actually jumped into my arms. It was kind of,
wow.
But no, that was my little draft experience. But, just getting drafted, just getting a shot. I was almost 24 years old in 2016. I was a fifth year senior. Wow. I was just hoping to get a shot, and I did. And, I never looked back. I was very, very grateful for the Seattle Mariners, and Ryan Holmes, he was one of the scouts that looked at me and believed in me. And he still texts me and reaches out to me to this day, hitters hit. That's what he says.
Love it.
Yeah.
Indeed counts. Yeah.
That's so great. I'm using that. I freaking love it. Hitter's head.
Hitter's head.
So yeah, it's pretty awesome. The Seattle Mariners are great. What they did for me and give me a shot. I mean, couldn't be any more thankful. Wow. And again, playing against the Angels, they're minor leagues, and seeing those guys that are in the big leagues now, it's awesome to see them. And funny that you say that. My favorite team, the Angels. It was. Now growing up and playing this sport for so long, it's not much, my favorite team here and there. It's I know all these players, so you root for them,
Yeah.
So,
and the cross camaraderie, other experiences. You're like sponged into their experiences also.
Right.
At that point. So it's cool to hear, like, from that end, once you were a fan, to the playing consistency that you are at right at this second. So
right.
Yeah, walk us through the difference between your rookie days and first walking in, putting on the uniforms, and now.
Yeah, showing up in Everett, Washington, it was a shock. I'm played at UCLA, playing, in beautiful weather. And then actually Washington was gorgeous during the summer. All right, during the summer. But again, baseball is baseball. You have to have an open mind. So I just went in there and putting on the Aqua Sox jersey, and then it was cool. It was great. And I'll never forget. I was struggling. I'm not gonna lie. I was struggling in the first month or something like that. And Jordan Cowan came up to me. And he goes, "Hey man, just swing as hard as you can." All right. That's what he just told me. He goes, "Next at bat, just swing as hard as you can." And I go, "All right, whatever. Just let everything go and just swing." And I ended up hitting a home run. And that kind of took me off of, having somebody trust in me, and kind of telling me what to do, and, having my back, that's a great teammate. That's a great, person. And so that kind of just pushed me, and I've never looked back. And I had a great first rookie season, and it was awesome. It was incredible. And then I got up to AAA for a game, I believe, or a few games, and I try to step back and learn. That's all I can do. This game, you're always trying to learn, and that's what I did. It was a good time.
Hitters hit.
Yeah.
That's great.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a new slogan.
Yeah. Hitters hit. Yeah.
So cool.
That was incredible. Yeah. I hit, I think I hit around 360 on the MVP. Yeah. So it was, yeah, we lost in the championship game though. Yeah. It was an incredible game. Incredible against the Cubs. Yeah. Emerald.
Wow. Was that high A? Was that high affiliate, or was that?
No, that was my first year in pro ball. That was 2016 short season.
Short season. Okay, before the realignment was occurring.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yep. And then the next IA, we won it. Okay. And won the championship. So
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, so then all the MLB teams right now should be looking at Eric Filia right now. Please get him back into the major leagues. He's a hitter. He can hit. So let's go. Come on.
Hitters hit.
Work counts.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
And you play every position, so
almost.
Cool.
Yeah, versatile.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you about, I'm big into women in sports, and obviously now we're seeing a lot of women getting chances to play baseball now. And what are your thoughts on that? Obviously we got Kelsey Wetmore, and then we got Olivia Picardo from I think it was Brown University. But what do you like? What do you like about that? What are your thoughts about that?
I haven't seen a woman in professional baseball yet play, But, there's always in this game, like I said, you're always trying to learn, trying to, accept as many challenges as you can. So, if they can embrace that challenge and embrace, what baseball can give them and learn from it and, succeed, then all power to them. I mean, we're athletes, and we're trying to be the best of the best at what we do. And, if you succeed in this sport, good for you. Baseball's hard, baseball's very hard. So, if you can succeed, good for you, and just keep going with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great answer.
Yeah, it's interesting too, like with the Miami Marlins, Kim Ng, she's been a pioneer of being a general manager. What's it like to see that across the office scale in professional sports, let alone the 30 ball clubs in Major League Baseball?
Yeah, I mean, she was the first, right?
As general manager.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then we have another coach, and for
Rachel.
Yeah, for the Yankees. Again, baseball is a game of knowledge, and the more knowledge that you can spread and understand, then you have an advantage over people. So, again, incredible for them to be in the position that they are and to embrace it and to own it. They're good at what they do and deserve to be where they are.
Yeah, and I also think now, like, a lot of fans, they want to know what the next talent is out there. I mean, international baseball, we're just seeing the transfer dilemma of new fans blossoming it. I mean, 2020, we're all cooped up. We want more baseball than anything else. I mean, you had ESPN with the Korean Baseball Organization, KBF. Yeah. What was it like just to watch other baseball from that time frame and just to learn tactics of just certain hitters in these international leagues? I mean, it's all ABC baseball, pretty much. Like, get them on, get them over, get it in. It's not the long ball that fans love at the major league level. What is just your outlook of what you saw from 2020 and alongside of playing through the Olympics? I mean, you saw the talent that was there from South Korea, Israel, Mexico, Dominican Republic, and Japan. What do you think the fan outlook is going to be for the game itself in the near future?
See, the fans' outlook, it's going to be very exciting. Like I said earlier, this game is just getting younger and younger, and what's funny is I was just playing a game yesterday, and during practice, taking ground balls, and these kids 13 years old, 15 years old, and they are incredible, their hands. And again, people don't understand like this game, it's what it can do, and it brings something out of you, and man, the international play, it's really incredible to see what other teams can bring. Like Japan, they were so disciplined, everything they did. It was incredible to watch, incredible. And it was one way, it was like, and it was such a pleasure to play against them and see like the best of the best and what they brought. I mean, it was insane. And then, Israel, you had veteran players playing, Ian Kinsler was on that team, Danny Valencia,
Right.
One of the guys I grew up, since we were young, Zach Weiss, we won a national championship together. And then we actually played in Tacoma together that year,
That's so, national championship. We're in the Omaha College.
There you go.
From last year, we were invited to do some parts of that tournament, so it was awesome being there. That you brought that up.
Yeah, I can go on about that too. Incredible. But it's just baseball. It takes you to places. And yeah, it was incredible. Just an incredible time.
You've had
And
so
what?
many.
Yeah. What we say? Go ahead. Go ahead. PSR.
I was just gonna say you've had so many incredible experiences. Like, what's your greatest moment in baseball?
Honestly, I can't really put one. Winning the national championship in 2015, being the first ever national championship team for baseball at UCLA to win one. When I told Savage that I wanted to be on that team, winning that, baseball wise, was probably one of the best moments, and especially producing, helping the team, success, it was pretty incredible, and
Yeah.
people that's up there. But the Olympics,
Right.
come on,
Yeah.
You play against Adrian Gonzalez.
Yeah.
And last year of his career, you played against Adrian Gonzalez in Chicago.
Yeah.
Seiya Suzuki. That's another player that's at the major league circuit with Chicago, who's going to play for Japan in the World Baseball Classic in the next few months. So it's
and then the
cool
pitcher,
to see that. Yeah.
They have a pitcher out there that's like 22 years old
Wow.
who should be the next biggest thing,
Right.
He's 98 to 100. Like, I think he had a perfect game last year. He threw a perfect game last year, something like that.
Yeah, he had like 17 non-scoreless innings, continuing to the second start from the previous start being a perfect game. Crazy.
Yeah, it was absolutely insane. The talent, and it's like the work ethic that they're bringing too. It's incredible to see.
Wow.
It just pushes you as people, pushes yourself. I'm 30 years old, kind of older in the game of baseball. But it just pushes you as a person. It brings something out of you, seeing these young kids, at the top of their level, and like you want to just, it just brings something out of you, push yourself.
Yeah, match that strength energy, that new fresh.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Olympics, obviously you guys won the silver medal. So what was that like? Take us back when you won that medal, and what was the first thing you guys did after? And obviously winning it with Todd Frazier, Edwin Jackson, Tyler Austin, David Robinson, Nick Martinez, Scott Kazmir. I can go down the list. But what was it like just winning that medal, like as a collective group?
It was. What was amazing was the fact that, we were there for 19 days, in the village. And, it was such an incredible time that we build relationships. I think we only played like 7 games, so we had a bunch of days off, not off, a bunch of days to just be around the guys, so we built such a collective group. And we were so like, our chemistry was great. We would all go to the cafeteria and eat and just, spend time in there. We played spike ball, we'd play spike ball for hours, have Australia right next to us, cheering us on. We'd have a few other people, so it was incredible. And then the fact that when we, unfortunately didn't win the gold, but with silver, it's an incredible experience, incredible achievement, I should say. And when, Eddie Alvarez put it over my neck, feeling it first time, it was, heavy, but no, it was insane, everything that you've worked your entire life for, getting a medal, it's, I can bring it home to the kids and be like, hey, like, look what your dad did. It's pretty awesome.
And this is just a feed off from that thing. And I'm just curious, obviously 2020 was the COVID year and obviously no fans were allowed in Tokyo, but how was it tough for you guys to play without fans, or how do you guys adjust to that?
Yeah. it is pretty hard not playing in front of fans. I love the atmosphere. I love people getting into it. I love, the camaraderie, I should say. Uh, no, but no, I love it, especially here in the Dominican. You feel it every single pitch, pitch. So it's, you feed off of that. But no, playing there, again, it's just mano y mano, So it was head on head. It was hard baseball. It was locked in, so it was, again, it brought something out of you at that level. But you really have to step back and, calm yourself down and kind of not let the moment get bigger than what it actually is, because at the end of the day, it was still a baseball game, but yeah, I know it was hard, but it was still fun, still a great time. Yeah.
Matt, Kia?
Yeah, and I was gonna go back to your younger days, even at UCLA. What was it just like having former major league players come around to the facility? I mean, Brandon Crawford, maybe sometimes during the year would come down. Garrett Cole, maybe in certain off-season alignments too. I mean, what is just the tidbit of what the UCLA program had gained to your success? And just let alone when you played in the Cape Cod League one summer for Yarmouth, what was that like? Also playing in the Cape with top notch guys.
Yeah, college was it was incredible playing at UCLA. One of the best in the country. Yeah, there was talent everywhere. First round draft picks, number 1 overall picks. It was incredible. And Garrett Cole coming back. Just one of the guys, he's a great person, great human, at the end of the day, yeah, we're baseball players and yeah, they signed for a lot of money, whatever, but, still people. And so just like sitting back and kind of seeing who he was as a person, it was cool. It was a really good time to understand that aspect. But, the alumni games, holy smokes, you have some of the best athletes, there was. You have Trevor Bauer, Garrett Cole, a person that I looked up to a lot, never made it to the big leagues, but his dad played in the big leagues, Rich Amaral, his son, Bo, I looked up to him a lot. And he's still playing in Mexico, but he was one of the biggest influences I had growing up. He's from Huntington Beach, from where I was, so I played against him in high school, and then he came to UCLA, was like a freshman All-American, All-American. Like, he was great, So I learned a lot from him, especially. Just how he carried himself on and off the field. It was awesome. Then I got to play with him in Pro Bowl.
Wow.
just how things come around. It's wild.
It's a small sport. I mean, it's like, I talk to certain colleagues from all around the world, and it's like, oh, well, this person, or that person, or I traveled to this part of the country, or I traveled to this part of the world. It's cool to have that feel in baseball, because it's like a family collective affair that I just, always loved since I was a kid, since birth practically.
It's so big. But it's sport is so big. Like you said, internationally, all over the world. And then there's people from everywhere. And that's why it's like, I think it's just so beautiful. Right. I just want to just share, like, meet people. Don't be shy, be open-minded. Be open-minded to, everything, accept a culture. I came over here in the Dominican Republic barely knowing Spanish. I didn't know anything, and, I've learned along the way. I love the food here. I love the people. I love the atmosphere, even in Tokyo, I mean, just understanding their culture and like how they carried themselves. I mean, it's incredible. And just learning from everything. It was just what baseball has brought to me. It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
And it's just great to see like other players from Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. I mean, just all other countries love coming to the States, even once they're signed. I mean, in the international signing period or any other draft requisite time frame, they're with a major league club. And a lot of players think New York is like home. Los Angeles is like home. I mean, certain other major cities in the country. And it's good to see a lot of the communities backing the sport up. And that's what Little League from up top with the Pony Leagues, Ripken Leagues do the best. They see a lot of these neighborhoods. I mean, you got Manhattan with tons of neighborhoods, inner city kids, let alone that just love the sport. And it's very cultural to see where it's going to take,
Absolutely. And, and it's a testament to them because they're good, you know, these kids that are, understanding the game of baseball at such a young age, they're actually really good, and they need to be seen, and this past year, actually, I was working full time and, I was giving lessons too, on the side, and just seeing these kids. I had a 6-year-old that was insane. I mean, I'm talking, very young here, 6.
But yeah, that's right. Five tools.
My youngest is 6. He's ready for a lesson.
Yeah, but no, he was insane, and just how driven he was and focused. Just seeing that at such a young age, it makes you feel good. That what this, again, like what baseball can do for you. It's incredible.
Well, my favorite thing about it is it brings people together. I mean, you've had so many incredible stories to share, and I just wish we had a reality TV camera on you to watch the behind the scenes of you guys all coming together, like even outside of baseball, playing spike ball, like at the Olympics. That's just amazing. It's just, it brings it, unites anybody. It helps you transcend any differences, and you just play ball. And I freaking love it. What is your way? There's so much excitement. What is your way, your key to balance, to staying grounded? And also, what's your way to get in the zone? Those two things.
This game is very mentally, it's very mental on you, and draining. So, I try to breathe as much as possible. I had somebody, Ken Revisa, in college, who, wrote The Mental Game of Baseball. And he really helped me on, trying to control the controllables. And so, one of the biggest things that I try to do is, step back, be grounded and breathe, try to slow my heart rate down as much as possible, with everything I do, so, just separating baseball and then real life, because I'm a father. I'm also a father, I have 4 boys, and, I got a lot of kids,
Wow.
And,
Wow.
Yeah. And, I have another one on the way, actually.
Congrats.
Amazing.
Let's go.
Wait, did you say girl or boy?
Girl. I'm having a girl.
Wow. You have a baseball team.
Let's go.
Exactly. So, again, you have to separate baseball and life. But, it's different for everyone. I look at pictures of my kids, and, it brings me home, so it's nice, but, showing up to the field again, you got to get locked in. So it's your job, it's your way of life. And I love the balance of it. I love the atmosphere of, baseball, showing up to the field every single day, having your teammates around you, pushing you, and then coming home, looking in the mirror and, seeing your kids, FaceTiming them or, hugging them. And it's brings you back.
That's awesome. Do you have a book out yet, Eric?
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait for it.
It's gonna drop soon.
Good stuff. You can write it when your daughter arrives.
Yeah.
Yeah. changed my life. Yeah.
You won't have time for that.
Speaking of family, obviously, the family's like the number, like obviously your teammates, but the family is the number one supporter in an athlete's career. And what's that been like for you to have your family and your parents and obviously your wife and your kids behind your back from day one, and having them sacrifice everything, but making sure you have the provide the right how do I say this? Provide the right thing for your family. So what's that been like for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Support.
Family's been important, my whole entire life was very close. And then, baseball, you build a family there, you're almost with your teammates more than your actual, families. So, again, that's why I love this game. I love the sport. The families that, the relationships that you build, I was always pushed at such a young age, from my brothers and my dad, and now growing up to be where I am now, I want to push that on my kids, so it's again, what life has brought to me, the things that I've learned along the way so far. I'm still young and I'm still, trying to learn every single day what this game and what life has given me. So I'm just trying to share my knowledge. And as long as I can do that, like how I was brought up and how I learned along the way, if I can give that to my kids, I'm going to do it. I'm going to help them as long as along the way.
Like,
That's best.
I mean, like, minute away from your, like, months out of the year. I mean, what's it just like adapting to just everyday life of being in the Caribbean, let alone just pregame, any other pregame stuff you have to build around your time variance?
Yeah, you don't it's different everywhere you go. I'm 4 hours ahead of
right.
the West, so it's you have to adapt, you have to adjust, and baseball doesn't care. They don't. So you just got to show up and you got to perform, no matter what. So again, you're adapting, you have to adjust. It's not just the game that you have to adjust to, it's the lifestyle.
Right.
Many people and many fans don't understand that. All they see is glory, and they see us for 9 innings. That's it. They don't understand what else like this game can do for you. It's hard.
Yeah. I agree 100%. I mean, and the minor league lifestyle too. I mean, it's just traveling on the road all the time, and it's just, where you're gonna stay. You're not staying at the Waldorf. You're staying at a 2-star to a 3-star there, depending on where you are in certain cities.
Hour rides and trying to find a comfortable spot and hoping nobody spills anything on the bus floor. It's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Waking up to something in your face. Like, it's wild. But no, I mean, but that's the thing is, like, that's almost the beauty of it, because you get to do this with other people. You get to do this with your teammates. So that's why, it's relationship building, but again, many fans don't see that, the behind the scenes of the grind of what we do,
right,
and have to handle and then show up and perform. This game's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah. And not just physically, but mentally, and just trying to adjust and adapt to everything that's put in front of you.
I got also another question. Have you ever watched the movie Mr. Baseball with Brett Selleck? His name is. It's about where he travels to Japan, and he's been released like different times. Like, it's obviously fictional, and he gets released by the Yankees, and it's just, fast forward a little bit of progress of the movie, and it's like him playing in Japan. It's a culture shock. I mean, for you playing in the Dominican Republic, another language, that is a culture shock too.
Yeah.
And I find that movie, Mr. Baseball, one of the best baseball movies out there, because it really blossoms the the culture of how international baseball is. That movie came out in 1992, and a lot of people didn't know even at that time frame how different the cultures are with the sport. What would you say about playing in the Dominican Republic? I mean, you hear different instruments all the time. If you're in the outfield, reading on a player's card, you're hearing instruments. When you're on the on deck circle before you dig into the batter's box, you hear just so much different of different instruments all around the atmosphere itself. What's it like to just play internationally and just see the culture of baseball from that spectrum?
It's nothing short of, incredible.
Yeah.
I remember in 2019, I got to experience a game playing and being in the stands. So it was out here in the Dominican Republic, it's Licey versus Aguilas. That's
right.
That's the biggest thing. And in 2019, my experience, I got to play for Estrellas, and then during the regular season, and then Escogido in the round robin.
Right.
And unfortunately, those teams, we didn't win. But I was fortunate enough to get picked and kept going. So, I went to a Licey Aguilas game. And from a fan standpoint, and, just really stepping back and looking from like that point of view. I'll never forget, I think it was in the 8th inning, Hanley Ramirez hit a go-ahead single to right field.
Wow.
It literally felt like an earthquake. The whole stadium was shaking, and it was this international play. It's so passionate,
right.
From the first pitch of the game, they are loud, they are cheering, they're in your face because they love this sport. Again, it's a lifestyle. It's something that, it's enjoyable. It brings the best out of people, sad, happy, angry, everything, every emotion that you can think of, you have to handle it, and it brings it out of you. So this international play, again, you could see the Dominican Republic and how they play. You go to Tokyo and Japan, you see how they play. Korea, I haven't played in Mexico yet, and I would love to play there, but I want to see how they play. Just seeing what this sport and what these players and where they come from and how successful they are. I mean, it's insane, the talent all around the world.
Yeah, like a guy like Julio Rodriguez, he's bringing young fans' attention like nothing else. He's making the game.
Julio?
Yeah. You had a clubhouse guy in 2021. What was it like?
Yeah, so actually, we got to sit down during the qualifier in West Palm Beach. We sat down for, an hour or whatever, talking outside our hotel rooms, just hanging out and just talking. And, I knew he was going to be a superstar right when he showed up. Why? Because how he carried himself, how good he was also very, humbled, but he believed in himself, and you can see the difference of, superstars and, oh my God, just how he was at such a young age, and then put in his work ethic and his support behind him. I mean, you see how he is now, rookie of the year, and I'm not even surprised, he deserves to be there. He is one of the best, and he is going to be one of the best. Like,
he already is. Athletes to accomplish a medal in our sport and win Rookie of the Year. No one has ever done it in the history.
Right. Like there you go. He's already up there, and just to see, his career, and I hope, he fulfills it to his best of his ability, and I believe he will. But no, I'm so excited to follow his career. I'm very excited.
And he also put on a show in the home run derby. So this guy is like
Dodger Stadium.
But
What a
see, like that's the thing of where he is mentally. You know, he's 21 years old. Right? He's 21.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's gonna be 22, I think, in a few months. Yeah.
he is mentally at the best of the best in that moment. You know, in the professional baseball, in the big leagues, that's different. Like, and what people don't understand is like that's so hard to do. Baseball is so draining mentally on you, and where he is at that young of an age, you know, it's just it's a testament to who he is as a person.
What we've learned a lot in these interviews is the importance of the bonding as players travel. And when you travel far away overseas, like that's something. And like you said, it's your family.
Mhm.
Give us some stories of the greatest moments, like team building, traveling, camaraderie, funny stories from the locker room, any of that. What comes to mind?
Jeez.
So many.
Yeah, no, like I said, like Tokyo, we played spike ball. You know, that was awesome. So 2021 in for AAA in Tacoma was one of the closest teams I've ever been on. We ended up winning AAA West. Our manager Christopher Negron, you know, fresh out of baseball. You had Eric Young Jr., Rob Marcelo, and then our hitting coach Roy Howell. You know, he's the vet. He's the guy. But you know, and then our whole entire team. I mean, there was times where we had, you know, we went out to dinner in Round Rock, I believe it was, and it was the whole team almost. Like all of us went out to dinner, had a phenomenal time, you know, meat, just food everywhere. Oh, it was great time. And it's rare to have like 25, 30 guys all like be together as one, you know, and we're grown adults. We have families, you know, we have other lives, but then, you know, coming together as one, I mean, like it's a brotherhood. And like you said, it's a family. That was something very special to like just sit back and like just have that, you know, that feeling of like, holy smokes, we're all in this together, you know.
Yeah, that's so special. And you have your brothers and you have your sons. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a family. Wow.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the 2023 roster for next year? Obviously, it's another stacked one. It's going to be managed by Mark DeRosa. But did you ever think of joining this roster, or did they reach out to you, or take us to the process and talk about next year's roster?
Yeah, you know, they're gonna. I hope they're gonna do great. You know, the people on that team, you know, they got the best. They got the best of the best, and be very special. You know, it's going to be special to watch them, have them compete and against the best in the world. You know, international play, you're going to see it. You know, some guys you've never heard of are going to be incredible. I remember in the World Baseball Classic, the last one, Waldemar Ballantyne. Do you remember him?
Yeah, Vladimir. Yeah, he played in 4. He played in 4 World Baseball Classics.
Yeah, he hit one of the farthest balls at Dodger Stadium. World Baseball Classic, you know, and I got to play with him this winter, you know, and some guys that you just never heard of, and they show up at the top level and they perform, you know, it's something special about this sport, you know, and it's gonna be fun to watch, you know, and I hope USA comes out on top, of course, you know, but I just hope everyone's healthy and plays well and succeeds and has a great time. You know, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch.
What else is going to be fun? The coaching staff. Ken Giffrey Jr., Andy Pettit, Jerry Mack, Luke Holler. That coaching staff is like a all-star team.
It's ridiculous. The knowledge of baseball, you know, what people have gone through at, you know, at the most crucial times, World Series, you know, like it's what they know, you know, you want to know. And so it's going to be, it's, I hope everyone learns as much as they can, you know, during the whole process.
We can
And
learn from your YouTube and a podcast, a play-by-play action. You have so many incredible experiences.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I was saying too, with the World Baseball Classic, this is the first time that it's 20 teams. It used to be 16 teams from 2006, 2009, 2013, and previously in 2017. It's growing. Like we said before, the sport, like Czech Republic, I mean,
Yeah.
Australia's going to have a competitive team. Great Britain is going to have several guys from the Bahamas, and let alone high-end affiliate guys too. What's just the blossom from this World Baseball Classic than any other years that how you're seeing it?
Yeah, you know, people have like said, oh, baseball's boring, blah, 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 you know, but this game is getting a lot more fun, you know.
Yeah.
It's you know, the talent these guys bring, it's how they carry themselves, you know, we like to call it the flow, you know, that these guys have. It's incredible to see, you know, and it's all aspects of the game, to defense, to hitting, to base running, you know, it's incredible. Incredible. I mean, there's a guy in the minor leagues who's throwing 100 miles an hour from shortstop.
Mm-hmm.
That's like,
these,
like,
yeah, he's ready.
Just from feeling it.
You don't need to play the field.
From shortstop.
Like, the talent that's getting brought here, you know, and it's just a testament to all these other countries, to the sport, you know, all these kids that would just want to learn and understand this game. You know, it's pretty incredible to see, you know, and I got to pinch myself to be, you know, where I have been, to have the success that I have, you know, to meet the people along this way. Again, you know, you never know what baseball can bring to you, you know, or where it can take you, or the people, where they're from, and where you can learn from them. You know, it's pretty wild. It's crazy.
It's cool to just see the differences of other countries and how they view the sport. Our media entity was at the Caribbean Series in Santo Domingo from the last Winter League season, and I mean, every game, it's just, even if the Dominican Republic is not playing, because all those cities, they play night games. Just if anyone else doesn't know that, all the host cities from years continuing of the Caribbean Series play the night game. I don't know how it's going to work in 2024 because it's going to be at Marlins Park, the Caribbean Series, so it might be interchangeable. But I mean, even fans from Mexico, Venezuela, Puerto Rico, they all show up. I mean, it's just, you know, and the stadiums, there's 16,000 seat stadiums, 18,000, let alone Estadio Cusella was where they had it last year. This year it's going to be in Caracas in 2 separate venues. So it's cool to just see baseball grow. I mean, it's only going to get bigger. And I just feel like with MLB pretty much prolonging a lot of the international stuff now, MLB TV, they do a subscription panel that you can watch all the Dominican Winter League games from the palm of your hands, than just digging from other outsourced links. So it's been convenient to just see other, you know, leagues blossom with the sport itself. And I highly recommend going to the Caribbean Series in your lifetime. If you can't make it to this year, 2024 in Miami at Lone Depot Park, home of the Miami Marlins, it's going to be a blast for that week span, and all the other games too.
So you see the best. I mean, young, old, you know, just incredible talent all across the board. I mean, at my first year in it wasn't 2019, but 2020, played Strayus. I got to play with Jeremy Pena.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, we would take the bus to the field every single day, you know, and just to build a relationship with him, see the success that he's had. I mean, it's just crazy to see the talent and to see where these guys end up, it's insane. It's absolutely, you never
You're-
know. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know, especially out of the winter leagues. Honestly, you never know where a lot of these players are going to end up. If they're still playing independent ball, free agents, guys
Right.
that just got released, or still currently held in
Right.
organizational baseball, you just don't know. And I just feel like, the sport itself, it's not just the final out of the World Series. There's so much of it after the final out of the World Series. And I feel like, recoursing on how the fan outlook going to be for baseball down the road. I think fans are liking it all year round as of now at this current time frame, because we're in it to see, all our smart devices and check all these guys out in Puerto Rico, Mexico, wherever they may be, just to see the support.
Right.
So
yeah, no, I mean, as long as I hope fans broaden their horizons on this game, like you said,
right,
at the excess of your phone or your tablet or whatever,
smart devices.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, man, winter ball is completely different than baseball in the States. I'll tell you that, and anybody will agree. You'll see something new every single day, and the lineups that are out here, they're filled with talent.
Right.
I mean, it's insane. I'm playing with, Marcelo Zuna,
right,
Edel Marte,
Yep.
In the same lineup.
Or Sandy Leone. He played in DR one year and then went to Colombia the same season, the same winter season. He played for and then he went to Caimanes, who were the recent champs of the Caribbean Series. First time Colombia's ever won.
Yeah, they go to different, and there's a guy, Peter O'Brien. He played in the DR. Now he's in Puerto Rico, playing in the playoffs in Puerto Rico.
He was with Puebla. Yeah, he was with Puebla.
Yeah, in Mexico. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So cool to see that.
It's such a small world, like seeing high performance. It's like you're all in the same high frequency of just like performance, and then the alignment. It's just to see the reveal of who's matched up is awesome.
Right.
Awesome.
And then we have a guy on our team who's Henry Rutia. He just won.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he just won the batting champ in Mexico and here.
Yeah,
it's like someone's ever done that. And it's just crazy. He should. This is the best of the best, and he's not playing professional baseball. It's crazy. It is
crazy to think that. And a lot of scouts and national cross checkers go to these games too.
Yeah.
So
and yet he is. He's total pro, but yet he is. But he's not in that space at current. But what a gift that you guys get to align. I mean, it's awesome.
Right.
Who would you say is your baseball hero inspiration growing up?
Oh, that's a tough one.
It's gonna be an Angels answer.
Yeah. So one person that I looked up to, I admired his game. I admired how he played. The game was Darren Erstad.
Oh,
okay.
Player.
Yeah. He just worked so hard. He was a great center fielder. He always would get dirty. I just loved how he played. But, growing up, I wouldn't say I really had a hero. I had a lot of role models on the way. I tried learning as much as I can from everybody I played with and everybody who was good. I got to play with Bryce Harper at such a young age.
Wow.
And I kind of, if you look at, some videos of me hitting in high school, I almost hit just like how he did.
That's awesome. We love Bryce. I'm in Philly.
Yeah. Also, and where he is at in his career, I mean, again, nothing short of spectacular. So yeah, it's crazy. I wouldn't say I had a hero, but I had a lot of role models along the way. like I said earlier, Bo Amaral. He was, you know, one of the biggest people in my career, especially when I was maturing, you know, to learn the game of baseball and to carry myself as a human. It was pretty incredible. And, you know, Ken Revisa on the mental side, you know, he helped me so much, you know, and not just in baseball, but in life.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a lot on the way I can say thank you. I'm thankful for, you know.
Speaking of Jeremy Pena, man, already World Series champion in his first year with the Astros, and man, this guy put on a show for them, and I mean, fans should be excited about him. And I think, to be honest, I think I'm not throwing any shade, but I think he's going to be better than Carlos Correa, in my opinion, as he continues to grow.
You know, I hope that he can get as much success as he can. You know, he's such a young player right now, and he had, you know, he's gifted, you know, and I really hope, you know, he can have the best career that he can, you know, and he can provide for his family for a very long time. That's all I can say.
Do you have time for a fan Q&A or no? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll take a few fan questions. Huh?
Like 15 minutes.
Oh, 15 minutes?
I got to get to the field. Yeah.
All right. So we'll take a few fan questions. So the first one here, one of our fans wants to know, so the time you've been in Dominican Republic, they want to know how good is your Spanish?
Ha.
That's funny.
Poquito, you know, poquito. No, yeah. and quite a bit. You know, I can handle, you know, I can talk the conversation. But you know, I can't speak it. Mi hablo is muy malo. But you know, I love the food out here. You know, one of my favorite dishes, I gotta say, is favorite carne is chivo, which is goat. It's really good. And my favorite drink is chinola.
Wow.
It's a passion fruit. It is. Oh, it's incredible. Fresa chinola.
It's good. Like I tried it. It's really good chinola.
Oh,
it's bomb.
They have these pizza empanadas out here that are like very small. Oh my God, I get like 5 before every game.
No,
they're so good.
Do they have an interpreter for you, like readily available?
Oh no.
Oh, they don't?
Oh my God.
No.
Wow.
Isn't there one
I thought by now.
I mean, everybody. There's some people that understand English, of course, like the players. You know, they've played in the States for so long, so you know, I ask them. You know, I'm not afraid to ask questions. You know, so I try to learn as much as I can from them. Like, oh, what is this? What is that? What is this? How do you pronounce this? Yeah. So, yeah, it's hard.
That's interesting. That's so hard.
I thought some teams have different English interpreters, though. I'm surprised that's not the case for all the 6 ball clubs.
No, we have trainers. You know, some trainers from the States, and they understand English. But no, man, out here you're on your own in that aspect.
Respect. I have total respect. Yeah. That's incredible.
Yeah. So another fan question here. They want to know your thoughts on the big contracts that are being handed out in baseball now. For example, like 13 years or 12 years. What are your thoughts on those? They want to know.
Hey,
Trey Turner.
You know, it's insane. Like with the amount of money that is just being like put out there, you know, I mean, more power to them. It is wild. And all I can say being a family man is they're set, you know, and more power to them that they can provide for their family and their family's family after that. You know, it's wild. But, you know, it's a hard sport. It's the hardest sport there is to play. And if you're the best of the best, and you deserve what you deserve, you know, flat out.
Well, so another fan question, they want to know, what do you consider, if you get another opportunity in the major leagues, they want to know, what do you consider going to the Yankees? Because they have a strict rule about facial hair, but would you consider going, they want to, They want to know, would you consider going to the Yankees and shave your beard?
Yeah, yeah, I'd have to. If they give me an opportunity, I'd have to. I have a little something on top of here. Got like a little mohawk thing going on, but I'll keep that. But yeah, this thing, yeah, if the Yankees come and they want to sign me, then yeah, I got to do it. But God, I love this.
You can pull Matt Carpenter for half a season.
Matt Carpenter, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Right, the little
Matt Carpenter. Yeah.
We'll take one more fan question. They want to know what's your go-to music.
My go-to music. Oof. So I got a couple. I like listening to reggae a lot. I like reggae. And then a few other artists that I've specifically listened to is Dennis Lloyd. Not many people know who that is. I love his music. And then Dennis Lloyd, and then Omido, another artist. But rap's rap. I hear that all the time. Country, not a fan. Not a fan of country. Just not with me. Listen to it all the time in pro ball, so I'm over it. But,
I mean, the clubhouse music you have in the Dominican Republic must be insane.
Yeah,
I couldn't imagine.
Chata, merengue. You got
Is it?
Dembo, reggaeton, Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Daddy.
It's loud, but it's good time. It'll get you moving. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Walk-up songs too. I mean, it's just
walk-up. Yeah, they make it.
Yeah.
I love
incredible watching those games.
Yeah.
And they're always running out of the dugout. I love it. Every run that crosses the plate, if you watch a winter league game, every run, it could be a hit by pitch with the base loaded. Everybody runs out of the dugout and cheers for each other.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
I love that.
It's amazing to just see like what's from what we're accustomed to here. When we watch the winter leagues, everyone is up and out of the dugouts.
Yeah, it's different.
With front cross, any scenario. Could be a balk, and they still celebrate. Yeah. With a runner on third base. And then people just running out of the dugout to celebrate you scoring. It's awesome.
That's special.
So Eric, I just want sorry. Oh, you go ahead.
No, I don't know if you I mean, this is kind of a side thing, but just life in general. We've talked about baseball, blah blah blah. What's crazy is I didn't know if you knew this, but I had to get a job when I was in college. I took a year off. I was suspended, unfortunately. But I worked at the Playboy Mansion for 8 months.
Wow.
Yeah. Personal butler for Hugh Hefner.
Wow.
So,
you were personal butler for him?
Yeah. So when I was 20 years old, it was.
Wow.
What
So
was that like?
Life has taken me. It's crazy.
Huh.
Okay, the book needs to come out.
Yes.
I think I remember hearing
the book. Eric, I'm on it.
Eric,
get you
Eric, you're the.
I needed a job. I was the butler for you.
Okay, hold on a second.
Playboy Mansion.
Hold on.
Playboy Mansion.
Hold on.
In the grotto.
If you work with Hugh Hefner, you're the legend and the GOAT. But is this the first time you're telling people, or is this the first time you're letting people?
Yeah, not many people know that. I don't share that often.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, it taught me a lot of things. I was incredible people, in such a high business that you got to be around and understand who they were, especially, one of the kings of Hugh Hefner, how he just changed American history and history, so at 22 years old, I learned a lot, so pretty insane.
Nathan's dying. This
is crazy. That's crazy.
And, I can go on, but yeah.
But thank you for Eric. I just want to say thank you for joining us today. It's truly an honor, and we learned a lot from this. And And obviously, what a way to end the show. That was awesome.
That is cool.
Keep up the great work. I hope you get another chance in the majors, and you definitely deserve it because you're a heck of a player. And your coach is right. Hitters hit, and you're a hitter. You hit.
Hitters hit.
But thank you again. And where can our fans find you on social media so they can follow you? And what do you have coming up next?
Yeah, so I usually I just use Instagram. My Twitter is just there for news or whatever, and but Instagram, it's just at Eric Filia. That's about it. You can follow me or whatever. But I try to promote baseball. That's about it. And I'm a family man. I'm a father. It's very important to me. So again, thank you for taking the time interviewing me. This has been an incredible experience. I appreciate it. It was very nice meeting all you guys, and thank you, Kia.
Thank you. This was amazing. Your story's amazing.
Yeah. So great time. Thank you.
I'm gonna send it to all your team. I'm gonna send it to Edwin Jackson, Todd Frazier. I'm gonna send it to who else? John Jay. So
yeah. So
Eddie Alvarez.
Eddie Alvarez. Yeah.
I mentioned him. That's a true Olympian.
Yeah.
He did.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thank you. This is a great time. I appreciate it.
And Happy New Year.
Oh yeah, Happy New Year.
Well, yeah.
Let's go.
All righty.
Thank
you.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Whoa. How about that?